My name is Aide Klaus, and I interpret English and Spanish.
My name is David Sweet Cordero, and I interpret English to Spanish, Spanish to English.
My name is Tin Quan. I'm a California certified court interpreter for the Vietnamese language.
Well, I was raised biculturally, binationally. My mother's Mexican, my father's American.
When I was a political refugee staying in a refugee camp in Thailand, I would be called upon to interpret.
I was born and raised in El Salvador, and I went to a bilingual school, so I was exposed to both languages. I just became fascinated with transferring things from one language to another.
The role of the court interpreter is to serve as an instrument for communication among the different players in the court, making sure that everybody, regardless of their language ability, national origin, ethnicity or culture, has access to the court system.
My name is Viola Garcia. I work for Contra Costa County Superior Court, and I'm the interpreter coordinator. Every morning I work on a daily calendar for the next day, just to make sure that all the courts are provided with the interpreters that they need daily.
First impression you have of a courthouse is you walk in there, everything is very grand, and immediately you feel intimidated by it. You have to go through security, through the metal detector, and then you have all these deputies standing in the front entrance of the courthouse.
It's hard to talk about a typical day because work is extremely varied. But generally speaking, we start at 8 or 8:30. If we need equipment, we pick up equipment. Then we go to the courtroom that we've been assigned to. We can do a hearing that can take from less than a minute. We could possibly be assigned to a trial that can last even months.
I interpret for a wide variety of cases, from a traffic infraction to a murder trial.
That's something that's just part of the interpreter culture, is that flexibility, versatility, and ability to go from one court to another, sometimes even to another venue or county.
On the other times that I am not needed at my home court, which is Santa Clara County, I would be released to serve other courts in neighboring counties.
The environment is very formal, very highly structured. Each person has a particular role. There's a lot of protocol, and it's very important to know what the protocol is in general in a courtroom, and also specifically what that bailiff likes, how the judge likes to do things. There's a great variety of assignments. Traffic court, sexual assault cases, hearings for restraining orders, family law cases where they're talking about alimony and custody, juvenile matters. The theory and practice of the job are very different. In theory, you can hear everything perfectly, and people don't mumble. And in reality, people speak extremely fast, they mumble, so things are much messier than I thought.
Most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, I'm asked to do simultaneous interpreting, which means interpreting for the defendant for a court proceeding. When you interpret for a witness, consecutive mode of interpretation would be most appropriate, because everything the witness say is interpreted, and the interpretation would be taken down by the court reporter. So the interpreter needs to take careful and meticulous notes of the utterances of the witnesses. And from time to time, this is the least frequent mode of interpretation that is required of us, which is called sight translation.
It's important to be accurate, maintain the register. We don't want to take away from the message or add anything.
I always carry in my bag notes and lists of words, and I continuously try to improve my vocabulary.
I run into many types of people who play very many different roles in the legal and courtroom environment. You have the defendant, what I call the limited English speaking person, may it be the defendant or the witness that you need to interpret for.
Do you solemnly swear that you will well and fully interpret from English to Spanish and from Spanish to English all questions, answers, testimony, and proceedings in this matter?
I do. We cannot give legal advice because we're not trained as lawyers to give legal advice. We're language people. We are trained to convey meaning to the person. So it's very important that we keep our roles limited to what we're trained to do.
We have more opportunity right now for interpreters, and it's really in high demand right now. Take classes on everything. Try and get as much knowledge under your belt. Go to the different locations, different courtrooms, and just sit in the back, see what's going on.
Every day is different, and it's a never-ending opportunity to learn something new every day.